it's Mrs. Wilcock here. Hi, I just thought I would read you a little story that we started just before we finished, but I thought I would read it in full. So it's called Orion in the Dark, and it's by Emma Yarlett. My name is Orion, and I guess you could say I'm scared of lots of things. Mum tells me I just have a big imagination and there's nothing to be frightened of. Well, that's easy for her to say. As far as I can see, the world is full of frightening things, but there is one thing that scares me more than anything else. So Orion is scared of lots of things here. Wasps, bicycles, the sea, dogs, popping balloons, space, monsters, spiders. The dark. Of course, I've tried all kinds of things to solve the problem. I've tried to hide from the dark places where the monsters live, avoid the dark, make night vision oodles better, capture the sun, staging a protest, keeping pet glowworms, but nothing ever works. It's bedtime again. Good night, Mum. Good night, Orion. I hate bedtimes. The night that changed everything began like any other. I kept an eye out for the monsters. I kept an ear out for scary noises. But as it got darker and darker and darker, I couldn't take it anymore. I've had enough of you, dark. I wish you and your scary sounds, your murky monsters, and your pitch blackness would just go away. And that's when something strange happened. Gibbering jellyfishes. Outside my window, the dark seemed to come alive. And a thing I'd never seen before dropped in for a visit. I was feeling more scared than ever before, even more than when I went to the seaside dog show with Gran. But Mum always says it's important to remember your manners, especially when you are greeting visitors. So I said, "Hello, I'm Orion," and offered to shake hands. "Hello there, I'm Dark. Now Orion, it's time for you to stop being so afraid of everything, especially me. Let's go on an adventure." Of course, normally I'd be scared stiff of going on an adventure, especially with a terrifying creature like Dark. Except this Dark wasn't quite what I'd expected. First, he asked to see the shadowy and scary bits of the house, the nooks and the crannies where all the monsters live. I'm in the wardrobe, under the bed, down the plug hole, in the basement. And you won't believe this, but some of the darkest places turned out to be the most fun. Even having fun couldn't stop me from being scared for long though. Whistle, snore, tick-tock, tap, 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 creak, hiss, zoom, bang, squeak, squeak, mumble, clank, wah, rustle, twit-doo, dark. What are those horrible, creepy and scary sounds coming from outside? Together, we bravely went outside to the frightening sounds, and when we found them, they weren't frightening at all. Dark asked me if I'd stopped feeling afraid. The horrible, wiggly feeling had definitely gone a bit, but there was still one place that made my knees wobble and my tummy twist with fright. The awful place where the dark is the darkest of all. And so off we went. On one last adventure, all the way up into the night sky. There, in the darkest place of all, suddenly I knew, when I stopped worrying about being scared, dark could be fun, and dark could be interesting, and dark could be magical. And most of all, dark could be my friend. And nobody, not even me, is scared of their best friend. But too soon we had to go home, and the sun began to climb back into the sky. My friend began to fade. It was time to say goodbye. Dark, I've had such a super duper spiffidocious, incredimundo adventure, but will you ever come back? I didn't want Dart to go. And so he promised, I'll never be far away. And from that night on, he never was. I hope you enjoyed the story, Year 2.